But there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff, and I can't go into detail of it because when you have partners, there's like all this legal stuff. Until that legal stuff is done, I don't really want to go into it.
For one, it should just be private, period.
Yeah, every time we like get on the mic and talk about these people, I always mention this. I know I say it a lot, but they always say that people think they're entitled to their life. Well, here's Keren talking about personal things that should be resolved personally without anybody knowing anything.
Especially if it's something to do with your partner, keep it that way. Why can't you guys keep it private? It's because they want to use it for content for the podcast.
Maybe people wouldn't feel like they're entitled to your life if you stop bringing them in.
Yeah, stop bringing them in. Stop saying, sorry guys, we're being vague. We know you don't like it when we're vague.
Why do you care? People don't owe you anything, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. We don't push this whole thing like you guys owe your community an explanation.
No,
I mean, when you leave, you should just be like, hey, we're leaving for a little bit. You don't have to explain why, but like I think you do owe your community that, like telling them that you're gonna leave for a little bit.
Yeah.
But because I just don't get it. It's so easy to keep it private while also letting people into your life slightly. They want it open because that's everything that's, quote, interesting about them.
But they don't share anything, right? So, I mean, they take that month off break. They don't announce it. They just disappear. And they did that basically with their honeymoon. They did that again last year with a 2-week break. They do it with this month break. But then they announce coming back and they explain why. Why didn't you just come back? Why did you have to explain anything at all?
It's because they wanted to use it for clickbait.
Exactly.
Yeah. Nobody actually gave a shit.
They literally left for a month and then uploaded the video explaining why they left, and they didn't get dick off reviews. But then they get pregnant, now they have these huge views. So that goes to show that people don't actually really care about them in their lives. They only care about their children.
They care about new babies.
They care about new babies because once that baby is no longer new, their views are going to flop again, like Kickass.
Like you said, Khoa said back to the basics, which was their babies.
Right.
Using their babies for views, using them pregnancies for views.
Temporary money.
Yep.
But if you guys watch our podcast, that is where I will go into it later after all this is over.
I think she means listen to the podcast, not watch it.
It's because they're so used to YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's just illiteracy because it's not
Could be
the
both
first
this
time.
time.
Yeah, it's not the first time she would say something like this.
Oh no. She says every word that she tries to, all the big words.
Yeah, all the big
She tries
words.
to use all the big words and then she says them wrong.
I was surprised when she was like, I'm going to debunk a couple of things. I'm like, whoa, what?
But good news, 75% off the whole site. Final, no exchanges, nothing, because we will be out of the warehouse by then. So no exchanges.
Hear that, people? If you buy something from Kickass and it doesn't fit, then you're shit out of luck.
It's not like they had a good refund policy anyways.
No, it was horrible. I had people comment or send me DMs on Instagram telling me about Kickass's little policy, and it was dog shit.
Oh yeah, we went and looked. Really bad.
Yeah, it's really bad.
It's not a good refund policy.
There was a lot of people complaining about it.
So I will say that this company has taught me a lot. It's the first, besides kkandbabyj, it's the first business I ever started, and it taught me more than I could ever imagine it teaching me in bad ways, but also something good.
kkandbabyj is a business, isn't it?
No, they've admitted that it's their job, but they do it for memories. I know people worked for memories. Doesn't make any sense. Well, I'm kind of curious what it taught her. What did it teach you? Teach you how to flop? Because
Teach you not to let an investor just in your life, period.
Right.
But that's your guys' fault.
Is it the same situation with the Audi? You had to return the Audi or sell it because of bad financial decisions that you made. It was your dream car. You had to return your dream, and here you are dissolving your dream.
No, it wasn't her dream. It was all bullshit.
It's the 3Ds: dream, dissolve, drop. Because every time they seem to have a dream, they either can't handle it and they have to get rid of it, or they just don't want it anymore.
Yeah, they just easily drop it.
They do it with everything.
The fact that she can easily drop it like this means that she didn't have any passion for it.
Otherwise, she would actually try.
Just like Khoa's whole bullshit about having passion for YouTube. No,
That's where your money was.
biggest source of income.
That's why you stopped.
You just did it because it was your job.
That's why you stopped doing everything else for 3 years. Why else would you do that? You weren't selling no houses. You weren't doing anything else. You were just vlogging. Why? Because it made them a lot of money. And I'm talking about $1,400 per day. Why would you do anything else, right? They'd stop doing everything else for 3 years. Khoa even said that he wished that's all they did still.
Yeah, he said that last December or something like that.
And the only reason they do other things now is because it's not as lucrative anymore.
It's really, really, really good money. They still make an amazing amount of money. Not for them, though.
That's why their Instagrams are full of ads. Remember last year where Keren did the same little why we left story, but, finally opened opening up the same
Yeah, I
ordeal
know.
or whatever.
It's all for money.
But in that video, she said that they don't take all the ads. Ask her assistant or whatever. Bro, you've been sponsored by Johnson & Johnson for like sunscreen. You've done Gatorade.
They do ads for shit that you never hear about ever again.
They've done Kool-Aid.
You never hear about any of these people's ads ever again. They lost a bunch of ads last year too. Or sponsors last year too.
You guys have been so supportive and amazing, like truly making my dreams come true.
Not your dream if you're letting it drop that easy.
Well, it's also your dream didn't come true if it's flopping.
But
if you're
I mean,
dissolving
for Keren and
it.
Khoa, it is.
No, you're right.
They usually drop their dreams super easy.
Dream, dissolve,
The
drop.
house is the next thing.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, because Karen's bored with the house. She dropped her Audi, which was her dream car. What was the next thing?
The house is the next thing.
Kickass
That's not their
was
forever home.
apparently her dream that you only heard about like right before she started it.
Yeah.
The house that is apparently their dream house, she's not happy with anymore. She said that less than a year ago. It's just funny though to hear her say, "Thank you for making my dreams come true." Your dreams are always temporary.
It was the same thing when they returned their Audi. She's like, I feel like this was a big stepping stone in her life. To what? Buy your
How?
dream car and give it back because of financial issues that you deliberately placed upon yourself?
Yeah, and don't come in here and say that they didn't have any financial issues, because they did. They literally made a whole podcast about it. Literally said that they had to return the Audi because of it. So don't start.
In the podcast episode, Khoa literally admits that they deliberately chose to sell the Audi, but buy another Audi instead of paying back what was owed.
And then right after also bought a boat.
Yeah, but they had financial issues, guys. Believe them.
They were broke.
They were broke. So dirt poor.
And it's really sad that this is the way it has to go down, but again, I will get into it from my point of view.
Wait, so her point of view.
Yeah, so her side of the story, which she's a liar, so we're just gonna hear lies.
You're going to make yourself look good and make everybody else look bad.
Yeah,
'Cause
exactly.
That's all they do.
Well, again, she's gonna blame somebody and she's gonna come up with a completely different story. But prior in the Why We Left video, they said they ran into an issue when they were planning to come back,
Which is Daniel leaving.
which is Daniel leaving. But here she's acting like the entire time there was a problem with Kickass. But in the
Yeah.
Why We Left video, they didn't say anything like that. It's because they're trying to come up with a different story.
Because they could have also been vague like they did with their house. They said they hit a roadblock with Kickass. But again, you can just not share it. Any of it. It's all private. It's none of people's business.
And everything later when I can. And I'll let you guys know. I don't really know what's going to happen here with the Instagram, but it'll probably be gone. I'm not sure, but
She'll probably use it as an alt account to stalk and harass people.
I love you guys, and I can't believe that this is happening.
We sure called that shit, didn't we?
We did call
We
it.
called that
We
shit
knew
a
when
while
it,
ago.
we knew what was going to happen.
Yep.
But also, it's been a huge weight off my shoulder after you guys hear everything. Like, it's just, I'm happy.
Yeah, because this is the last connection you have to him.
But how do we know if she's really happy or not if they said last year or last year and a half that they were super unhappy and they faked smiles? How do we know if she's really being honest here? You can't trust their word no more. I mean, never could, but you can't trust their words. They have no credibility. They literally said they faked smiles and pretended to be happy for the last year and a half. How do we know her saying happy here isn't bullshit?
I think she's genuinely happy because she doesn't have to do anything now. I think she's genuinely happy because she doesn't have to work. She doesn't have the excuse of Kickass. She has the excuse of I'm pregnant, so I don't have to work. I can lay in bed all day
Yeah, she has
and
that
be in
excuse.
bed by 6 o'clock every night. I think she's genuinely happy that she doesn't have an excuse that she has to work.
I also think that she's unhappy that the company flopped.
Because we were saying it this whole time.
Yeah, but not just that. She thought it was just going to be an easy ride.
No, she did. I think she did think it was going to be an easy ride. And I think she thought it was just going to be constant money when nobody gives a shit about buying the same fucking pair of leggings over and over and over again. Because that's all she could release. Like I said, I think she's genuinely happy because she finally got what she wanted. She got a baby, even though Khoa was denying her for so long. And she's getting all the attention on her now. She moved on because she was getting the attention from the workout stuff.
Yeah.
And then it slowed down. It really slowed down because she wasn't fucking working out.
That's why when she was on her Instagram last year, she was crying about not being able to go to the gym, even though she never really went to the gym at all. While actively having a whole ass garage or a whole ass warehouse, actually, at the time. It was just a warehouse. I don't think they had the garage at the time, but they had the warehouse full of workout equipment. And she was blaming COVID for not being able to go to the gym, even though she had a gym at her kick-ass warehouse.
She also apparently just didn't show her working out because she just didn't feel like she was working out for her anymore. Even though, let's be honest, it's not not like you ever really saw much of her workouts when she even started Kickass. So that's a bullshit excuse.
Imagine starting a fitness brand and not working out and claiming that you didn't do it because you felt like you weren't working out for yourself, even though the only one that would get the benefits of working out is yourself.
Especially because anybody who's into fitness made COVID work for them.
Oh yeah, there's people who started fitness stuff around COVID, and now they're bigger, and now they're making a ton of money off of fitness.
Because fitness is their life, not a bullshit thing for extra bit of merch.
Yeah, and it's quite funny that when Daniel decides to leave Kickass while Karen's just announcing this shit, that he's flourishing. He's doing really well. He's taking pictures at Mr. Olympia of these insane bodybuilders, Kai Green, all of them, all these bodybuilders. He's out there getting work done, and he's living his dream right now. While at Kickass, he was stuck. But it was just a money pit.
He was running a business that wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah, and that's why he started Kickass with Karen, because he saw it as an opportunity to own a fitness brand and make it work, but it didn't work. That's why he left. That's why he was gone.
Well, at the time when they started it as well, when he came in, kkandbabyj was really going. It was really flourishing. It was really getting big, and that was around the time they started Kickass too. I think he thought it was going to be bigger than it was. And
it could have been, though. They only marketed to like children and to their audience.
Yeah, well, they didn't account for other people's sizes, like bigger sizes, which you have to do.
Yeah.
If you're going to have a business, a clothing business especially, you need to
accommodate all sizes.
Which they did not do.
Karen only accommodated for mini-me's.